Jeri, thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Why I Love Flagler County, your local podcast spotlighting local businesses and local residents about what they love about Flagler County. So today I'm super excited to have my guest, Miss Jeri, with us today. Jeri, thank you so much for the time today. I'm really excited for this.
Me too. Thanks for having me on, Macy.
Of course. Well, Jeri and I have not known each other that long, but I feel like we've really connected. At least she's really connected with my family. I feel like I've known her for like a million years. She just has that warm, fuzzy feeling where she just makes you feel so welcomed and loved every time you talk to her. So I'm really, really excited. This is going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Thanks. I'm excited too.
Of course. Well, I'll let you kind of kick it off and get started. So I would love for you to share a little bit about your journey here in Flagler and how has that been for you?
Flagler County is like, for me, it's like the best of all the worlds. You get a little bit of the city life, you get the beach life, there's the countryside. It's super close to St. Augustine, Daytona, Orlando. Like it is probably the perfect location in Florida.
Probably. I second that.
Yeah, so we ended up here when my husband and I were dating. I was living in Orange Park and he was living in Orlando, and we were looking for somewhere in the middle so that we
Mm.
could still keep our separate lives, like our families and stuff, but bring them together at the same time. And we just settled on Palm Coast. We lived in Palm Coast for a couple of years before moving to the outskirts, and then we still gravitate towards that on a daily basis.
Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree that there's a little bit of everything. And even if you don't think Palm Coast specifically has that, I feel like we're so close to the places that do have it, you know? We're not that far from Orlando. We're not that far, like you mentioned, from St. Augustine or from Daytona. There's a lot of things, just a little bit of a drive. I mean, compared to, I used to live in Michigan, so us coming to Orlando was like, that was a flight. Now it's just a drive. So I find that more convenient. So yeah, I completely agree. It's so fun. Um, how long have you been in Palm Coast? I think you might have said, but I think I forgot already.
No, we moved to Palm Coast in 2014.
Oh wow, so you've been here a
Mhm.
while. You're basically a veteran.
I wouldn't say that. There's some people that were like raised in Palm Coast. But
That's
yeah,
true.
5 years we've been living and working in Palm Coast.
That's awesome. Well, I'll pivot just a little bit, and I'd love for you to talk about your business. So you're with Pure Romance, and I'll let you kind of describe it and go into that because it's really fun to talk about, and I think a lot of people are going to be really interested to learn about it.
It is really fun to talk about. I love my job. I love what I do. So my official title is sexual health and wellness coach and intimacy educator. Um, what I do is I host home parties for women. It's like Tupperware, Mary Kay, 31 Scentsy, but with slightly more entertaining products that enhance your sexual health and wellness. And that's not just, bedroom stuff. It's all over.
Right.
It's making you feel better. It's making you communicate better. It's all kinds of things. And then in those parties where I meet the women, I find that they don't what I can give them in that moment isn't enough. So I have a separate business where I meet with them and with or without their partner and help figure out what the intimacy disconnection or gap is and help them figure out how to speak each other's intimacy language and come together and fix whatever relationship issues they have.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, we all know a little bit about, the love languages, and that's a part, but this is obviously a step further, because it's really important, obviously, in those relationships, to be able to, like you mentioned, speak that language and meeting them if their languages are completely different, meeting them in that halfway spot that you guys can work together and move forward. And it's really important. Oh, I also wanted to mention, like you meant, you have the parties, and in those moments, it's great, but it's not enough because habits really only build over an elapsed amount of time when you're working on it. It's not just one moment like, okay, it's all fixed. I'm all done. I'm done forever. I'm good forever. It's like, no, it's a process you always can work on and always change.
Yeah, and sometimes me having the parties with the women, we do couples parties too, but it's primarily still just ladies. Um, their partner needs to hear it from the expert, not from them.
Yes.
So that's really important too, is getting their partner in front of someone who can reiterate it instead of, oh, the wife goes home and nags at him about this and
Right.
that. And so says you should do this and that. It's not like that. There's a lot of education and research that has gone into this that I just want to help get this information out to everybody. I want everybody to have a good, healthy, happy, communicative relationship. And I'm doing the best I can to reach as many people as I can.
Yeah, I that's so, so true that having that third party is kind of that mediator of the information of like, hey, this is something you guys both want. This is an outcome you guys both want for the relationship, for this thing, for anything that you guys are dealing with. And it's not just like one person is like, hey, do this, do this, do this. It's this third party. It's like, hey, I think I can tell what your goal is. I can tell what your goal is. Here's how it aligns, and here's how I can help you. And that's just information. And it's not something that anyone should ever view as shameful. It's just something that we as humans need. It's something that, we all want is that happy, healthy, and communicating relationship you mentioned.
We females have an organ that is only for pleasure.
Hmm.
So we're supposed to be doing this. We're supposed to be doing this. We would not have this organ, whether it's religion or science, doesn't matter. We have this organ. We're supposed to be doing it. So let's do it right. And
Yeah.
let's all work together to make everybody happy.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in having that open communication in the world, that there isn't things that's like, we need to keep it bottled up, or we need to keep it just to ourselves, because that's not the point of how we are as humans. Like you mentioned, we have these things, and it's just how life is. And you want to make sure you do that in a safe environment as well. You don't want to learn random things you find off the internet, or experiment with things that you have no idea what's going on. That's just harmful to yourself, in my opinion. So having someone like Jerry come in and give you guys that information is so helpful. Yeah. I mean, how long have you been with Pure Romance?
I've been with Pure Romance for almost 3 years now.
Oh.
But I've kind of always been the go-to person. My friends would ask for advice when it came to physical or emotional aspects of a relationship with themselves or with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I've always just been that person. So when I learned about Pure Romance, I was actually with another direct sales company, and we enrollment swapped to boost each other's teams. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because I really like what I'm doing. And I'm just going to keep this active enough for personal use and whatever. So I didn't do anything with it for the first 6 months. And then I went to a training because I was like, okay, free girls' night, drive to Tampa, tax deductible. And whatever I'm learning about this business, I can implement into my other business because they're both direct sales. It's sales, whatever. I get there and I'm just blown away by the amount of education and help that we can actually give people and how it changes lives. And since that day, I have been all in, no holding back onto every training, every sales meeting. I made it to the top 500 in the company
Wow.
in the first three
Congrats.
months. Thank you. In the
Wow.
first 3 months of business, I hit every single goal that I had ever had with that other business that I was with for 6 years. I earned a trip to Mexico. I'm going to Cancun in April. I've been all over this country for different trainings and seminars and trips and stuff. And I have made some of the best friends that I could possibly imagine. And they're like-minded people. So I can like open up and talk about things with them that you might not find in another brand because of the sensitivity of our product. We can collaborate. So if a client has a problem that I'm not familiar with and I haven't learned about it because I'm constantly learning. It's a never-ending system. I have this whole network of people that I can go to that have been doing it for longer than me or learned different things in the same amount of time, and then we can share and collaborate. So it's not just me you're working with. If we hit a roadblock, I have a whole network of people available to help solve any problem.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I love that so much. And I think what's really important is the difference between what you're doing with Pure Romance and how you're able to hit those goals is the passion. I've talked to so many businesses, and they're like, really, when I found my passion, I just exploded because I love talking about it. I love sharing it. And other people see that, which is so important. Other people see like Jeri, she's talking about these things that not a lot of people talk about, but she's talking with such openness and comfortability that people just want to talk to you. They gravitate towards you. And I can definitely see that. In the short amount of interactions we've had, we've not known each other that long, and we've not even hung out really that long either. Like, hi, here, there, oh, what's up? This is what I've been doing. It's been short, but I feel like I've known you for forever, which I think is a real testament to your passion and just you as a human being. So I really love that part.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, I'm so happy. Is there anything, any tidbit that you want to kind of give the audience really quick of maybe something they should start looking out for and how they can contact you to learn more about that?
Oh yeah. Well, I have my Facebook group and my website, but it really just call or text me, message me on Facebook. We'll put all the contact information wherever it's needed. And I love to start with either individual consultations or home parties
Mhm.
because you get free stuff. Who doesn't want free stuff from my brand? So get your girls together, have some drinks and snacks. I do all kinds of different themed parties, and then it's a fun girls' night, and you get free stuff out of it. And then that's how I best reach the people who need help, who might not have known that they need help. They might learn something at the party because there's tons of info at the party.
Hmm.
Um, that they're like, oh, wait, maybe I should do that different or something like that, like a light bulb. It's light bulb moment. So people don't always realize that they need the information that I give.
Yeah.
Um, that and if you're looking to get more connected in the community, join groups. Y'all join groups, join networking groups, join mom groups, join business groups, join foodie groups. There's all kinds of groups that have like-minded people. Facebook is a really big connector for Palm Coastians. Um, and you're going to find somebody who wants to do what you want to do.
Hmm.
There's tons of nature trails and they do mom biking groups and walks and just find a group, search it in the tag in the search bar, and you'll find something to connect
Yeah,
you to people
I'm
who want
so
to do
glad.
it.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad that you brought that up. And I want to kind of circle back really quick to the parties that you do. I think it's really important when people feel sometimes more connected to you during those group
Mhm.
environments. They feel safer because they're with their girlfriends, they're drinking, they're having a good time, they're having snacks, and they're learning so much. And then, like you mentioned, they're gonna find out something like, I didn't realize this is a problem I've been having. I don't realize that this is a solution that I can have to my problem. And it's those little light bulb moments that you mentioned. I think that's really important. So I'll make sure I have all the information in the description. People can click on
Mhm.
that a little bit easy. Definitely just reach out to Jerry, see if there's something that you guys can talk about. Like I mentioned, she's so easy to talk to. You'll have a fun time. Even if you don't really do anything, you'll have a great connection and a great friend on Jerry. So I'll make sure I have that and people can reach out. And
Awesome.
groups are super big. That's how you and I got connected. And this has
Mhm.
already been totally a lot of fun. So 10 out of 10 recommend. Facebook has so much. I mean, it's insane how much stuff they have. You never like
Maybe too much
flag
sometimes.
the foodie group, like the foodie flagler group that you mentioned, they always have
Mhm.
something going on and there's so many great stuff over there. So thank you so much, Jerry, for your time. I really appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun. Your energy is just infectious. So I feel like super motivated to go into my next few calls. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm hyped up. Let's go. Revving up the engines. So again, thank you so much for the time. This has been a lot of fun.
Thanks, Macy. It's been great. I can't wait to see you in person.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. And thank you to everyone listening. I really appreciate you as well. And I will see you next time. Bye.